More money, more problems. Actually, there's no money, there's more problems. Yeah, we have a new episode ahead. We have new problems ahead. So let's get cracking. Hello, and welcome back to Oolykee Gaming. Welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources. So, Republic, is this yeah, this is a mud road. We need to get rid of this one. Let me go and address some of the comments as well posted by you guys. Nasty ones. There's a nasty comment as well. Have to say that. It's just says nasty, but from JP. Let me just go and yeah, JP.2125 just posted 26 minutes ago before I'm recording this. Nasty comment. I don't know, anarchy is around the corner. Nice one. I agree to try to make Republic look nicer, yet functional. Yeah, Hala, it's called Hala. This is called form over function. So it needs to be needs to look nice rather than be functional. That's the key aspect of this. So yeah, all jokes aside, it is always nice to look at a nice. I don't know. I think it's decent. Like I said, the development of the city. Look, the history. Let's talk about it. Before the Second World War, so you had a lot of First World War was the graveyard of the empires, where a lot of empires fell apart. Austro-Hungarian, German, Russian Empire. Who was there again? Ottoman Empire. Like there was like empires falling apart left and right. So this was normal. But what the empires were? Empires were like concentration of wealth in a very small amount of people, and they built those nice baroque. And then the nice buildings, nice apartments. Even Stalinkas are something that can't really be mass-produced, even though Soviets tried, but you know, they only managed to do it with panel buildings and smaller constructions like this, you know. Keep it stupidly simple, or keep it simple stupid. So this is the way that you can actually mass produce. But the people don't understand that before the Second World War, before the First World War, all these nice buildings that you see in old towns, they were only for extremely rich people. And I'm gonna have to tell you, there's only 1% chance that actually you are the extremely rich that you would be living in that. Like, if you're an average person, like probably me, it's off to the mud huts in the villages on the periphery of the empires. Off you go. So it's not really for everybody. So mass apartments, roofs over their heads, it's like whatever you can build on your own. Like my grandparents, up until like, well, I think it was like the house was torn down only like a decade or so, where my grandparents used to live. They had like insulation was from straw and mud. I mean, like it was nicely painted on the outside, it was all nice, but insulation on the roof, under the roof shingles and tiles, it was like, you know, whatever you can insulate it with, whatever was main thing there. And this is how people lived, like you know, after the Second World War. These apartments were God blessing, or like no, there's no God in the Soviet republics, but these kind of apartments were blessing. Even today, look at most of the Western countries and United States. Most of our houses, because I live in the Western country as well, in Ireland, are made of freaking wood. If the climate change continues, the houses around here are gonna blown up in a year or so. Easily with the weather, if the weather becomes worse. But yeah, anyway, I don't know how we even got to this topic, but yeah, these like lavish buildings that you see. Oh, right. So these lavish buildings in the town centers, you had a lot of people needed to move to the cities. A lot of people needed to go to the cities. Why? Because like 90, 80, 70% of all the population lived in the villages. But in villages, you do produce food, but it's not efficient. You need innovation, like efficiency, meaning tractors, even the everyday things like shovels and the small plows, even the ones that are pulled with horses, they need to be produced in factories, you know. You cannot make yourself stuff like that. So there was was a mass exodus of people getting higher paid jobs in factories, going from villages, finding jobs and better life in the cities. And when you have these cities, you usually go to the cities. Let's say in the Balkans, I can tell you about the New Zagreb and New Belgrade. They were mass built, like they were enormous. Most of them were extremely well planned. Buildings were they were built in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. They're not like 21st century solar powered buildings. They're actually buildings that were built back in the day. So they're lacking in quality, insulation and stuff like that, but there were roofs over their heads, way better than they had in the villages where they moved from. So they had to be built, mass build, and they need to be built yesterday. Not today, not tomorrow, but yesterday. And this is what most of the communist countries and governments did, the best they could, with like big avenues that had transport, subways, maybe even in the bigger cities. But it was mass build parts of the city, like New Belgrade, that housed, I believe, the houses now like 350,000 people, was built only in like a decade and a half or something. Then you have New Zagreb, which is like 250,000 people. You have New Sarajevo as well. I'm pretty sure there are these kind of projects done in all the Yugoslavian cities. Definitely in the city where I went to college, that would be Osijek in eastern Croatia, close between the Hungarian-Serbian border. It had huge neighborhoods like South 2 or Jugdva, and the Sienjak built in similar manner. It was like mass-produced commie buildings, but they housed enormous amounts of people that fueled and provided the cannon fodder for the factories. And then everything went skyrocketing. The productivity of people, industry, everything else, for the good or for the bad, but it went up. So this housing was necessary. And also, when you have an old part of town, let's call that this is old part of town with couple of Stalinkas. We do have this Adolf Berg Way from Chris Bremerd, and a couple of big Stalinkas. Let's say that this is an old town. Now we're planning for actual, like, new town, new part of the town. Old town is always going to be old town, so everything's going to gravitate towards there. The rarely new town becomes the new center. Well, in India, New Delhi, it's right next to Delhi, but anyway. Enough talking. What I wanted to say that we're gonna continue building residential areas. We only have 2 residential buildings planned. We do have decent amount of apartments. This is 100 of them. I need to trace down, I need to sniff them with my hound dogs, all the people that are still not living in the city. I know where you are. I'm looking at you. Actually, I have no idea where they are, but oh, these are workers on the border crossing, but here we go. We sniffed out 2 of these guys. Ha! Ain't no saving you. Back to work, into the factory you go. And yes, the next thing that we're gonna be building is the farms. So in the last episode I said we're gonna go in both directions. One of them is going to use the chemicals that we are producing to in a better way. That would be the... Oh, is this too short? Oh, darn. That's fine. Let's go with footpath. Footpath can do it. The better way is like upgrading the chemicals into something more valuable. That would be clothes, fabrics, and then clothes. We need to man these factories, and then we're gonna have an unmanned factory. Unmanned factory is a farm. So basically we're gonna have a farm somewhere. I still didn't decide where we're gonna build it. We literally can do it here, like for example where these farms are, these houses, we can do it here. And then as we expand in that direction, I can even place the farm somewhere more to the north. I wonder how the fields will react to these steep hills. So fields versus hills, who will win? Who would win? Let's see a big field here. Let's see how this is gonna look. Yeah, looks like I don't know who wins here. I don't know who wins, but definitely half a field is left, but a decent amount of hill was conquered as well. Look at this steepness here. I think it would look nice with the tractors. So like I said, we can go for small farming community, because farming, not only that it's something that we need to input into the production chain, but it's also bulky Bulky meaning pressure on the border crossing, which we don't want too much of. So we want less pressure on the border crossing and less money that we need to pay in order to produce. By now it's going to be 2 different materials that we're going to be producing with these crops. Yes, indeed. So this is going to be storage for the crops and probably some fabric, maybe excess fabric, and then we have the clothing production over here and the small storage for the clothing factory. So yeah, that's more or less it what's gonna be here. I think I covered everything with all the utilities that we need. I'm 100% sure that we need to finish the construction of some of these areas. I'm gonna be upgrading the roads at least to gravel. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go for asphalt, but that's more or less it. That's a 10.5-minute mark for us. So what I'm gonna do, a time lapse. I think I'm gonna plan for 1 or 2 residential buildings. I think we're gonna slowly need maybe schools, if not for capacity, definitely for coverage. Kindergartens again. I'm pretty sure we're gonna need these for coverage as well. You can see here that some of the people here don't have the kindergartens as well. We need to speed up some of the footpath construction. Let's do this as well. Let's see if we can make this great again. So if we go for this and build it all the way here and then build there we go, like this. Now you can go out of the building again, and we're gonna slowly upgrade. Actually, I'm gonna go for higher quality here. Put it as a higher priority as well. So we're gonna be giving, like, eventually building or upgrading all of this, but people will be able to use everything that they need. Anyway, time-lapse time. See you back in 5. Right. Biological waste, no dumping anymore. So biological waste is gonna go into processing plant to create fertilizer, but it creates itself into fertilizer. That's an interesting thing. So technically I can just fill it up, leave it, and in a few minutes it's gonna be converted into fertilizer on its own. But yeah, I'm gonna have to pick it up, and then at one point, if anybody dumps even more biological waste onto here, it's just gonna be reverted back, all of it, into biological waste, and then needs to pass another time. Like, anyway, we're gonna be processing it in... Whoa, seriously? I actually need darn it, chemicals for this these days, huh? Distribution offices. What did we even research here? I researched the first part of this distribution. I don't even know what this gives us. Study of about optimization of logistic infrastructure and make logistic more automated and decentralized. So absolute pile of trash. So it's like pre-tech something, and now distribution offices is unlocks. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't unlock anything. Okay, this one unlocks stuff. So yeah, whatever. We need to research this one in order to be able to get the distribution offices. How many people did I manage to catch? Yeah, by the way, guys, all of this looks like we are going down the toilet. Like, the productivity is going down. I don't see what we're doing wrong. Happiness is going down. Happiness going down is like productivity going down. And what's the problem? Who the fuck knows? Like, what would be the problem? One guy didn't enjoy the culture, and that's the reason for the whole country to suffer. Few people couldn't get to the pub. Oh no, actually everybody was managed to go to a pub. Why not? Let's just have a happiness of 58%. Why? Just a random number, just throw it there. It's actually going down. So I have no idea what's wrong with this game. I'm probably missing something. But what I'm missing also is addressing the comments in this that I received recently, and one of them would be the best one would be from the best one. One of the significant ones would be from Pickle Babushka. Thank you so much. I think this might become your most beautiful republic. Just watch out for your traffic. New update, increased traffic. Yeah, I actually didn't notice that because I was testing all of it in my previous republic, which had magnificent road system. No, actually, not really, but you helped me fix it. It says that you're right, additional footpath construction, waste, wear and tear, all of these things put additional pressure on the roads. So they just wanted to clarify this. What Pickle Babushka said is that all of these stuff, like all of these trucks, all of these, well, construction vehicles were there before, but everything, it puts additional pressure on your republic. Now these little vehicles, you think like, oh yeah, they were there before. No, they weren't so active. Like these little vehicles, orange ones, picking up workers and taking them to the workplaces, like for the construction of the footpaths, they're more common than ever. So they're creating pressure on our road system. And then, like I mentioned, is the wear and tear, that would be maintenance. At the moment it's not there. We don't have any problems with that, but it will be in the future. Police activity, I think, I don't know, like, do we have any crime issues? I can double check this. Not in the overlays, it actually has to be, is it here? Crime and justice, and then reported crimes, minor crimes. Police did not investigate, 0. Police did not come to the scene, 12, but that's probably outside. Elsewhere. Was this here before? No, it was in the financial settings. So here, for example, we have minor crimes. Okay, it doesn't show us this. Oh, this year. Okay, I have no idea. Last year, police didn't come to the crime scene. We can do it. Check it out in the overlays as well. So not patrolled crimes. Yeah, it's not here. It's probably somewhere else. Maybe it's not even gonna show us anything because barely anybody lives outside of this city here. So let's see. Let's double check that. Population of the city is 2,622. So it's like 34 people live outside of the city. That's fine. I'm gonna be snooping them out as we go. I'm not gonna put a lot of stuff, a lot of work into this now. You can see footpaths here being I assigned some of the construction offices here to footpaths as well, and I did not increase intentionally the priority just because I don't want them to send buses, because if I increase priority, then everybody is going to send buses there, including the footpath, and then we're going to have too many workers. Just let them all be like this. So for example, we have more footpaths. I can literally just assign more offices to that. So here we can go for bus 0, and because there's a message there, and 3 division sucks. It's because I would be clicking on this message, that's why I'm saying that. What are we seeing here? Stop production, loyalty low, loyalty low, loyalty low, production, loyalty low, research program, distribution. That's gonna be quite important soon-ish. The distribution, we are stockpiled on fuel, that's for heating, and we had a little bit of a issue here. We actually still do, so let me just unclog these pipes, because these trucks are waiting to be filled and there's no materials to fill them. Mainly, what are we missing? We're missing people, workers. Yeah, that would be another thing that we have issue with. Like, we need more people, more people, more people. I will import more people, that's not a problem. I can do it, but that would be main that will be main issue. Let me get these guys busy. Oh, continuing on, the Pickle Babushka said I tried to have my construction offices and distribution offices in one small area, but more evenly spread out. So yeah, what I did usually, I put all these enormous amounts of construction offices and so on in one area, and then when there's a construction project, boom, road is clogged. This is probably what Babushka meant, and what I think I should be doing is even spreading out this. Maybe she didn't mean just this, but then you have distribution offices, you have the police, firefighters, and other stuff could be causing all of this. Look at the road. Look at the road here. Wait, what's with this? Let's do this. Let's do it that. Excuse me. Let's do it that way, and let's see how it goes. Anyway, she continues saying, I also try to avoid having police, hospitals, firefighters having direct access to the main road, but to less busy roads that connect to main road. Yeah, that's it's not a hard thing for me to understand that, but I will try to demonstrate it. I'll try to demonstrate in the morning. Let me assign some of the construction offices to something. Actually, I have some of the buildings ready to be constructed, and I didn't expect that. I didn't want them to be constructed at the moment, because there's no footpath access to some of the buildings there, so that's one thing. And also I need actually to transport. Let's see, footpaths probably need stuff. Footpaths need stuff. Actually, let's see if these footpaths they already have somebody assigned. This one does not, but there's nothing to pick up. Let's go for bus 2. Off you go. Oh, no, put it as a normal priority. Here, this one I'm gonna assign as well, bus 2, that's fine. No increase in priority. Then we have footpath over here. 2 again, just they have additional people access. So if materials are there, let's dance. Because these guys are gonna get priority that I put as a priority. Those are usually access to the buildings. Like you can see here that even this one might need a dumper help, but I'll leave it alone. Let's speed this up to the morning, and let's discuss the priority roads. Okay, so if anybody wants to share a screenshot with me about this, but let's share this. So this is our city. Let's say that this is a main road. Side roads is an interesting thing. I don't even want to build side roads. Like, not that I don't want side roads. I don't see the point of the side roads. Like, we don't have to have an X. Like, for example, here we have this one now that is becoming more main road. It can be a side road, or you can even limit the access to the vehicles, so it's a side road. But probably what I consider with Pickle Babushka said that don't connect it to the main road. This side road, it can be just a longer access to the main road, just so they don't. I don't know how to put this. Like, if I put this police station on a side, for example, if I put this police station like this, and let's say put it over here instead of this building, and then build this road here that goes nowhere, it's a smaller priority road. It's the same thing as this. It's absolutely the same thing as this, it's just way longer. Like, unless you connected this road to somewhere else, and it even increases in priority. So I have a feeling that this is just a longer access to the actual main road. That this could be like the connection to the main roads, so that we don't have like snowplow issues and delivery issues for the people and this kind of stuff. It's just what I'm thinking about. Like in this case, do I really need to create additional road just to call it a side road and then like never finish it? Like literally build a road like this. I'll literally build a road like this and then say, okay, this is going in that direction, and but that's it. Doesn't end anywhere, doesn't connect anywhere, and then connect police station to that. Because literally that road is just this. That road is just this because it doesn't have any purpose except this. Now, if I need to build a longer road, that's a different pair of shoes. Longer road, of course, has its purpose, you know, so you can stockpile more vehicles there. So yeah, that's something that I'm having a trouble understanding. Like, is there a purpose for this longer road except for to stockpile vehicles? And if the purpose is to stockpile vehicles, that means that we can have just the longer access road to this. For example, build this shop right here, but have access road going to where it's going right now. But yeah, and also like if we try to understand how that works, like how many spaces do we need on the road, how long the road needs to be to accommodate all the vehicles that potentially could cause problems for this. Is it just supply vehicles that are supposed to come here? But then again, supply vehicles, if the snowplow blocks the roads or something happens, the supply vehicles might be the whole freaking distribution office of the vehicles, so it's like a huge amount of these. But anyway, that's just a couple of interesting questions which I really don't even know the answer to, or if there's just stupid questions. Could be just stupid questions. I'm fully capable of believing that. We do have... Yeah, we're missing some transport vehicles delivering stuff. Okay, you can see here that they're free, so that means that we have too many footpaths assigned to this. I go and manually assign these to construction projects so they can start delivering stuff for now, but you know, it's not a big deal. So they're just busy. Anyway, continuing on, oh no, again, long episode. Something I'm experimenting with a central hub for multiple cities, supplied with a train, national distribution, having a large truck delivery of the warehouse in the towns, regional distribution, and finally having small trucks and vans deliver to the shops, local distribution, to keep the large trucks out of the city because large trucks cause larger traffic jams. I'm not sure about the larger, I think trucks, I don't know, I didn't think about this. I'm not even gonna say anything because I'm just gonna look stupid because you probably know better than I do. This is the Hoosier factory. Yeah, Hoosiers. So let's go and build, let's finish this one. That will be bus 2, just to keep those buses rolling. Right, so I would say, like, absolutely agree with Babushka, and I explained this and I replied to the comment saying yes, I 100% agree. So you have like central storage for the whole country. That would be, let's say, chemical factory. If this is going to be the only chemical factory that we have, usually something bigger like nuclear fuels, steel, coal, you would have a central storage for that, just because, you know, you use it so much in your everyday lives. And you have a central storage for that, and then you distribute that to the smaller hubs that are next to a couple of cities, and then you have distribution offices actually distributing that into the cities. What I didn't do, I actually started doing that in the previous series, where I had distribution offices like for food up to like 5 tons, for smaller materials like clothing and electronics like up to a ton. So really small vehicles, which I think it's kind of cool. And also we have new like the smaller, I think I'm gonna be doing that as well, smaller dumper trucks delivering. What the hell is this guy? Okay, there's capacity for waste, my bad. So anyway, the deliveries, the last minute deliveries. What Babushka said is that she likes to distribute these big things with train, like food, like everything into these like regional hubs, from the central hub into the regional hubs, and then from the regional hubs to the trucks with a smaller truck, to the shops with the smaller trucks. The only thing I said is that trains unfortunately, trains don't have the purpose in this game. Now, in the next episode, I'm gonna talk something that I talked with one of you guys on a call regarding the public transport system, how it works, the problems with it. I hope I'm gonna address this. Hit me over the head if I forget, but we're gonna be addressing some of the issues of the public transport system and yeah, how it can be improved. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, press the like button. If you didn't, leave a nasty comment in the comment section. Nasty comments are coming. Like, subscribe, notification bell, ring it, comment section, hit it, and if you want to support the channel, turn description of the video. See you next one. Bye bye.